You hear the rain, meaning that the storm is almost over. It's about to clear through, pushing through, and the season will come to an end. Big ups to my man, James, ATL. Basically hooking it up for the soundtrack for this week. And big ups, man, this shit's tight. But let me go ahead and get into basically what's going on in the Dynasty playoff matchups. Basically last week was the semifinal, which leads up to this week's final. And the bracket had the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs going at it. The San Antonio Spurs did beat me. The dude plays hard, man. I've been in the league with the guy for like 3 years now. Started off in baseball, and just like Mr. James, on the other hand. But I'll get to you in the second matchup. And congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs for moving on to the finals. I'll go ahead and recap last week's playoff matchup. And in the second matchup, you had the Boston Celtics going up against the Atlanta Hawks. The other James in the league, big man strong, 7-4. He took that one. The San Antonio Spurs beat me 7-3-1. And the matchup went like this. When it broke down, the San Antonio Spurs had the field goal advantage with the 55%. We actually both had 55%. He just held it for longer, took more shots. Free throw percentage, he had me at that with 78. I had 74%, so I lost that category. The one category that I did win by 3 was 3 points made with 54-51. 3-point percentage, he took that at 39%. I was at 37. Rebounds, he took that by 10, 254-244. Assist, he took that by 39, 169-130. We tied in steals. Blocks, he had me in that by 2, 19-17. Turnovers, the one category that I had, which is surprising for the Knicks. But once again, I had that category by 1, 70-72. Personal fouls, the other category that I took that category by 4, 92-96. And in points, he beat me by 20 points, man, 600-580. And that's how I went, man. I went all year 16-3. I lost to a 500 team, so it just goes to show that in the fantasy world, anything can happen. Moving on up to the second matchup, which pitted the Boston Celtics. Oh man, I'm already jumping on the baseball. Against the Atlanta Hawks. That matchup went 7-4 in the favor of the 2-seed Atlanta Hawks taking on the 6-seeded Boston Celtics. The way the matchup broke up there, the Atlanta Hawks, they took the field goal percentage category with 48% to 43%. They took the 3-point percentage at 37 to 32. Rebounds, they took 467 to 322 rebounds. He also took the assist category, 267 to 158, so he just basically blew him out the water there by 100. Steals, 76 to 63. Atlanta Hawks. Blocks, so that went to the Hawks, 60 to 30. Turnovers, that went to the Celtics, which had 92 turnovers. The Hawks had 142 turnovers. Personal fouls, the Hawks had 206 when the Celtics only had 129. The Hawks with points, 1,057 points on the week. The Boston Celtics only managed to pull out 915. The other two categories that the Celtics did win, by the way, were 3-pointers made, and he won that category by 158 to 57, or excuse me, 59 to 58, and the free throw percentage with the 80% to a 77%. Now, that rounds it out. We got the final matchup going on right now, live as I speak. It is 7. Recording it a little late. And let me go ahead and take a look here. You got the San Antonio Spurs, like I said, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks were 16-4 in the season. You had the 10-10 San Antonio Spurs trying to do the business, trying to get their moves on in the finals. Right now, it's quiet as kept. Everything is tied up at 11. And we'll see how the matchup plays out by the end of the week. Reminder to everybody that's in the league, man. Thank you guys for being active. Thank you guys for being in the league. Thank you guys for constantly coming in. I do this for you guys, for tuning in. I want to remind you guys, make sure you guys set your keepers. If you don't set your keepers, then when the draft time comes, if you don't set those keepers in your team tab, they will enter the draft, and it's like you didn't even have any keepers. All that you would do is get to picking the rounds earlier, but it's not worth it, man. If you got players on your squad that you want to keep, make sure you go to your team tab, go to keeper select, and select your 5 keepers. And that's pretty much it, man. Flex out, letting it rain. Big ups to my man, Mr. Donates, kicking it with the flows this week, bringing up the beats. Appreciate the music. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for a great season. We are in the finals. There will be one more show that will be next week, so that we can salute our champion. And basically, once again, to remind you guys, make sure you guys set your keepers. I will send you guys emails when we do decide on a new draft date, but that won't happen until ESPN makes the leagues back out again next year. So like I said, one more time, select your keepers. Flex is out. Thanks for the great season, and I'll see you guys next week. Flex live in the dungeon or my garage, and be easy. Turn this up right quick.
Is it really worth it? Making all this money, but I still feel worthless. Storm coming soon and my body feel nervous. Looking at my life like, what's the purpose? I'm here though, live from the crossroads. What's my next move? My next only God knows. God knows.